What's going on, everyone? Tonight we got Chills. And would you guys leave Chills alone? I know his voice is annoying, but let's leave the poor kid alone. But besides that, check out Chills. There's a lot of content. But let's see what he has tonight. There's 5 scary videos I bet you can't handle. We'll see about that. Let's go, Chills, and see if you're right.
People go through scary events all of the time, life-changing incidents that they never thought they would be able to handle, ones just like these videos. Number 5. D-Menace is a YouTuber from the Ukraine who gets a thrill from exploring abandoned places. He's really pumped to see every level of this old factory because in his mind, the bigger the building, the better the adventure. But little does he know this urban exploration has already gone wrong in a scary way. The abandoned...
He shouldn't be alone. You want to go exploring? Bring somebody with you. Just common sense. Why go alone? Something happens? You got help. Let's see what happens.
place has a lot of dead-end rooms, not to mention a creepy basement that fills him with unease. He can't even imagine who would ever live down here, but it looks like someone has before. The scariest place in the whole factory has to be this window, because of what he's about to see next.
He's coming.
Okay, we got another person walking around there. See, this is why I said bring somebody with you. You never know what kind of crazy people are out there.
Oh, wait.
D-Menace is most likely walking around someone's turf. We all know where there's one creepy street.
And those homeless people, they don't care. They got nothing to lose. They may kill you.
Stranger, there's most likely more. Perhaps a whole misfit crew who doesn't take kindly to new faces, especially ones walking around with expensive camera gear waiting to get jacked. He soon suspects he's possibly being followed and decides to cut the urban exploration short before something else goes wrong. And it does. On the way out, he sees somebody stationed on the other side of a wall, like they're waiting for him. He accidentally makes a sound and the legs disappear from view. The exit is within sight and he is trying his best to creep along this wall unseen. He is tall and wearing a hat, so he's easy enough to see.
See? Prime example. Don't go alone. Poor kid got jumped.
Within seconds, a man stands over him, the same scary man he watched from the window. After a tense conversation, he soon learns that they're simply exploring the same abandoned place he is, and probably thought they were being followed. It's a simple misunderstanding, but I can't help but wonder if this was scripted, because at 10 minutes and 50 seconds, it looks more like D-Menace is trying not to laugh, rather than truly being scared. I guess we all react different to fear, so maybe the anxiety from getting caught is what caused this nervous smile. Anyway, the two urban explorers exchange information and agree to go look at more abandoned places together someday. Tell me if you think they knew each other beforehand, because if not, this encounter would...
You know, that's just a coincidence. They're both there at the same time. I think they knew each other.
have absolutely been terrifying for both parties. Number 4.
Let me know what you think. Do you think they knew each other? Let's find out. Let me know.
YouTuber named Gizzy the Third is minding their own business on a subway in the Bronx when they notice another passenger who is not. The man in all red does not necessarily look scary at first, but the way he keeps trying to get the attention of the woman in front of him is creepy enough for this YouTuber to start recording. The man in red taps her, and she has to lift her hood over her eyes to even see him, so it's pretty clear that she was trying to sleep, or at the very least wanted to be left alone. He says something to her that I think sounds like he has a question. This is what I hear, but tell me what you hear, if anything. He's smiling at her, and then he thinks someone is looking at him. It's an odd expression that kind of looks surprised. His attention goes back onto the girl, and once again he takes it upon himself to get her at him again.
Hey Scotty, it's Tillman Fertitta, owner of the Golden Nugget Casino.
Hi, Tillman.
How does it feel to win the largest...
Again, she picks up her hood, and I don't hear what he says, but he motions out the door with a crooked index finger, and then points at her. They exchange a sentence or two more, and it looks like the situation is over with. At 53 seconds, this YouTuber puts his camera down, and as he does, you can see the woman's hood is over her eyes again, and she looks to have possibly drifted off again. That's when he scoops her. Within literally 2 seconds, she goes from being comfortably in her seat to getting carried off the train. At the 1 minute mark, she makes a futile attempt to grab the door on the way out, but there's simply not enough time to do anything but yell. The scary individual sits down on a bench and doesn't say a word as he stands up and walks back inside to get help. Somebody was sitting next to her the whole time, but he was passed out. I know this is the same person because they are wearing the same scarf they had over their head to help them sleep. It really does look like this guy tried to scoop up a random stranger in the middle of the afternoon, in front of her friend and everyone else. I have no idea if this is really what he was planning to do, but in my opinion it looks like he was testing to see how tired she was. He might have thought he could have gotten off the train without her waking up, and who knows what he would have done next. Fortunately, she woke up before
She could have been raped or killed. Fucking guy.
any of that could happen, and he was promptly taken into custody by authorities. Number 3. A paranormal explorer in India known as Grey Wolf searches for evidence of the paranormal in the ruins of an abandoned shopping mall that's said to be haunted. On the balcony of the 2nd floor, they find a small room hidden away that gives them a bad feeling. Personal clothing items from many different people seem to be piled in the corner, and maybe even a child's backpack. Grey Wolf continues exploring various abandoned places until they get to the next floor. Tell me what Grey Wolf's friend is pointing out moments before it happens. A loud crash turns them around. Whatever he says, it's enough to make an object clatter to the floor from somewhere deeper inside. They hear footsteps and go to the roof, but no one's there. Then they hear another noise at the bottom. Did something walk past them on the stairs? They go down to investigate and find the place is empty, or so they think.
Hello?
Oh, that sounds crazy.
A ghostly voice calls from somewhere
And in
unseen.
the dark.
He turns to the adjacent room, but I heard it from the woods, kind of at where they were pointing before. When they look out the window, a ghost or something bangs loudly, and then another loud crash before a witch's laughter fills the otherwise empty room. They claim to hear a chant, and at that exact moment, a mysterious and unexpected light pierces the dark room. Whatever it is, it seems to like playing on the stairs. An animal runs away, probably a cat from the looks of it, but that couldn't have been what made the very human voices they heard earlier. Many people suspect that this was a spirit called a Jinn, who, according to legends, can take the shape of animals at will. Number 2. Rain and Geno of Sinister RP return to finish a paranormal grudge, one that began at the cemetery, a haunted apartment that they are left with. 3 days ago is when they went exploring here for the first time, the Boyd Cemetery, somewhere in Canada. That's when a ghost decided that if they wanted to explore its home, then it's only fair to explore theirs. Later that night, they are able to make spiritual contact by using a ghost hunting app. The creepy conversation does not go well.
Can you tell me your name? If there is anything following me, you are not allowed to anymore.
They don't care.
The voice of a ghost named Ernest is followed by the sarcastic voice of a little ghost girl who says too bad at the very notion of banishing them. Ernest too sounds sarcastic when he says goodbye.
I said goodbye.
Their replies occur in real time and make sense, so they could have been actual EVPs from the other side. Rain and Geno are not the type to be intimidated in their own home, and so they bravely return to the cemetery 3 days later for a final showdown. But the ghost voices only mock her as she scorns and warns them.
Please do not follow us home. You are not allowed to follow us home. You are not allowed to attach yourselves to us or anything that we have here. We are going now. Goodbye.
The spirits don't sound very convinced, and as they back out of the Boyd Cemetery in silence, they think they catch a glimpse of a fiendish figure crouching behind a marker, perhaps old Ernest himself. That's not part of the architecture in my opinion. It only looks more supernatural and creepy when you zoom in. Perhaps coming back here has done more harm than good. Sinister RP believes they have caught a real ghost sighting caught on camera. Tell me if you agree with their paranormal evidence, or if you have an alternative explanation. I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe in the next 5 seconds? Because I upload 4 new scary videos every week. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. Number 1. This mysterious creature sighting on live TV had people creeped out and calling in to see what it was. A federal employee is getting sworn into office, but all people can focus on is the bizarre reptilian behind him. It's pretty much a mask of the swamp creature, a creature from the Black Lagoon. You can even see that the person waits until everything is in motion before she puts the mask on to cause a little chaos of her own. She was wearing the mask for a full hour before they finally kicked her out. You would think that they would kick her out immediately, but I guess they didn't want to give her the satisfaction of stopping the event, so they let it proceed until the very end. She was removed from the building and given a warning but not taken into custody. I was wondering if, based on what you've seen here, whether or not you think she has caused enough of a disruption to get charged. I think it's a weird thing to do and probably not the best decision, but I don't think she should get in trouble. But what do you think? If you think you are an expert...
What do y'all think? Let me know down in the comments below. Yeah. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I'll see you on the next.